What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Tim Draper, leading VC and entrepreneur, announces the Cardano Draper University Founder Residency Program. Build on Cardano and receive a 42,000 ADA grant, equity-free, a 5-week residency in Silicon Valley, and more. Application deadline is March 3rd, 2025. This is huge. He's an OG pioneer in the space, big investor, and this is fantastic if you're a developer anywhere in the world. This may interest you. Everything's linked below. Build on Cardano, receive a 42K ADA grant, equity free. Big names also when it comes to the past speakers, one of which, David Sachs. And this is just great to see, guys. The bullish news continues. I know the price is down, but I think this is just a transient right now. Global market has a lot of fear. Midnight Network partners with OpenZeppelin with over $21.9 trillion in total value transferred via OpenZeppelin Contracts to bring a specialized smart contract library to bridge compact with ERC standards and a starter pack of apps to support developers building on Midnight. This is huge. Charles was so happy to announce this also. OpenZeppelin is the bedrock foundation for all the smart contract goodness we see, especially in the EVM space. But also, as part of their thread, Midnight also says, together we'll bring data protection and built-in compliance into DeFi, real-world asset tokenization and identity use cases on Midnight and beyond. Builders on EVM chains can use Midnight's privacy-preserving smart contracts in existing apps, unlocking data protection for all. This is huge, guys. OpenZeppelin, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, wait, OpenZeppelin for real? So they're backed and trusted by so many projects, trusted by Uniswap, Coinbase, Aave, Compound, Ethereum Foundation, Polkadot, and more. And when you head over to Dune, you can see the whopping nearly $22 trillion of total value transferred. So they are the core of so much happening in DeFi, especially in the Ethereum world, which will benefit us a lot with Midnight and partner chains as a result of that. Charles Hoskinson, of course, was at Hedera Con speaking with Dr. Leemon Baird, and they were talking about DeRec Alliance and a bunch of stuff. He says, we just talked to Aptos, and right now, we're proving the liveness and safety properties of Jolteon, one of their protocols. We work better together for the betterment of consumers and building secure systems for them. This is great because it wasn't just a conversation with the CEO. They're actually working together. That's great to see. Charles says in a UTXO, one transaction can be a batch of 5,000 events. That's something that's often misunderstood for people. They just think like, oh, TPS. But I mean, one transaction can have NFTs, can have, DEX trading, NFT issuing. It can have a bunch of stuff in there. That's something you can only do in UTXO. You get scaling of blocks and then you get scaling of transactions. It goes crazy when you look at the performance. Now think about it, guys. Asynchronous compute, Leios, is really going to drive the performance up. Charles says standards on decentralization are something I care more about than anything else. The EDI has 8 different parameters about the level of decentralization of a system. You need a standard for regulation and procurement purposes, right? Think about it. Even Dr. Leemon Baird said, imagine every website needed a different browser, different hardware. They just didn't speak automatically together. But we have those standards in Web 2. And so this makes a lot of sense. And when we look at the size of our blockchain at 186 gigabytes, that's very approachable. So I think what we have with participation, very democratic, liquid staking, having a say in governance, I think that Cardano has been built with the correct ethos of crypto. On-chain governance was really important to me, says Charles. If you hold ADA, you'll have some say, small or large, in how the ledger works, where it's going, its roadmap, its budget, and its upgrade. Year after year, governance, the network improves. Charles also says we have one of the largest academic groups in the world. 168 scientists work with us from Stanford to Tokyo Tech. We've written 240 papers. We have to work on industry-wide problems like how to mitigate a quantum adversary, right? We don't have quantum computers in our hands, so how are we supposed to model that? What does that look like, right? You always have to think about the adversarial approach. And I really like that because beyond just signatures or just some baseline quote unquote post quantum, Charles is really thinking about how to do the protection on a deep level and to be resistant and future proof, which is great. We're in a good position to be in. Charles says Babel fees allow you to pay transaction fees in the underlying asset, not just ADA. If you have wrapped Bitcoin on Cardano, you can pay transaction fees in BTC. From the Bitcoin user's perspective, you never leave Bitcoin. Under the hood, you pay in ADA. Hedera Co-Founder Dr. Leemon Baird says it was so important that the DeRec Alliance is a multi-chain thing. Cardano, Hedera, Ripple, Algorand, these are all founding members. We need to work together and cooperate as an industry. And I totally agree. And that's why I'm so bullish on compliance, DeRec Alliance, ISO 20022, MICA compliance, XRP, right? Ripple getting the NYDFS compliance with RLUSD. The fact that all these conversations are happening on a stablecoin level, recovery level, midnight, super bullish. So I went through the Leios live stream today, guys, the monthly one. A lot of it's highly technical, but there were some gems also from the IOG senior prototyping engineer, Brian Bush. He says we're doing detailed Leios simulations. This is the road that they've embarked on. Varying protocol parameters, looking at behavior and the robustness, matching theoretical models, ensuring that the Rust and Haskell models are agreeing, and testing against research papers and research products, which is great. Slow and steady wins the race. He also says that the Ouroboros Leios simulation is really about qualitative testing. Next month, we'll show you simulations with something the size of mainnet. Then we can talk more about the behavior of the actual product. So we don't really want to jump into numbers and TPS. Brian was saying, a lot of people are just jumping to TPS numbers. We want to see what the actual behavior is going to be. So I'm a little bit reluctant to comment on TPS and the actual numbers. TapTool says Cardano's top traded tokens in the last 7 days. SNEC leading the way. World Mobile Token. That's great. Iagon again. Big shout out. Talos. Not surprised. Good to see those projects on there. I think with the CNTs alone, make me so bullish this cycle. Tomorrow, guys, so Thursday, February 27th, 11 a.m. Eastern, the Cardano Foundation will be hosting another Spaces talking on economic parameters and governance. So I'll attend that, see if I can take some notes for you guys. Good to see some more Spaces by them. Now, let's dive into the other parts of the world with what's going on with SEC and market and whatnot. I will say, guys, I did listen for an hour to Senator Lummis's digital asset hearing, and it was underwhelming. Like, I listened for an hour, and it just felt like they were just doing word salad, regurgitating the same stuff. It didn't even feel like there was a new administration. So I didn't even find anything fuego exciting to cover. Hopefully we see something more in terms of progress and something, tangible to cover. But it was all about like, oh, stablecoin good, stablecoin good. And it was just this back and forth, and nothing really interesting to say the least. At least for the first hour 15, and it total was like an hour 40, I believe. Watcher Guru reports SEC ends investigation into crypto exchange Gemini, and my response is now list ADA. I don't even know why they haven't listed ADA, but this is good. The SEC continues to end every investigation, basically. The SEC acknowledges Grayscale filing to allow staking for its spot Ethereum ETF. This is good. It's bullish for staking in general, and we know that we're leading the way when it comes to UX with liquid staking, so this is great. Perhaps this will pave the way for digital asset ETPs with staking, right? As we saw with the Cardano staking ETP that went live in New York Stock Exchange in Finland. So this is great to see. Bank of America to launch a USD-pegged crypto stablecoin if lawmakers pass legislation, CEO says. It's pretty clear. There's going to be a stablecoin which is going to be a fully dollar-backed. It's no different than a bank account. I like that. Keeps it simple. And we know we're headed in this realm. We know we're headed more digital era. And I think that this will also play a role with sentiment to open the floodgates of crypto and a positive perception and recognition by the public to crypto. So these are important. Even if on the surface they don't seem that exciting, it will play a big role. Well, a lot of people are fearful right now in the markets, and I think that's a lot to do with the recent Bybit hack, with tariffs by the president, but I think everything will normalize and this storm too shall pass. Nvidia reports $39.3 billion in revenue for Q4, 2.7% higher than expectations. That's bullish. Binance founder CZ says no need to panic. Bitcoin won't die. Simple. So guys, again, like when you zoom out, you get an idea. And I know right now everything's red. Bitcoin 84, right? XRP 2.19, Cardano 65 cents. But it's not exclusive to one project. Let's scroll down, guys. Is there a project 7-day that's not in the red? No. This is a stable coin. 2% for Sonic? No, not really. So again, like there are projects that might pump, but 80-90%, the rule, they're all down. So let's take a look at TradingView. ADA 0.654, Bitcoin dominance 60.6, Bitcoin at 84.4, XRP 2.18. I just see this as buying opportunities. In fact, a couple of my friends said they just scooped up some more ADA and XRP, and I don't blame them. I think that that's a good buying opportunity. It's looking a lot like what we had here. And guys, right now we're higher than we were back on February the 3rd, where we were around 61 cents. And then we just skyrocketed, boom, just going up real quick. So again, like these are just small transient moments. I still remain unchanged. I still think that we're in a bull market. We have been. We're continuing to progress through this bull market, but it's not linear the way up. So I still think that we'll surpass our previous all-time high. I think we can still go to like $5 or $7, given how big the ecosystem is, and we're leading the helm when it comes to compliance and decentralization. And especially, we just need those catalysts like stablecoin legislation, especially. In terms of what I'm excited about the most, I think it was pretty refreshing to see Tim Draper speak about this program. I think that's really good. But also, let's not underestimate how gargantuan this partnership is. Midnight with OpenZeppelin. Even Charles said in his own words, he said, I'm very excited about this partnership. So I think this is going to be a big one, and this will bridge a lot of the gap to the EVM world and bring our privacy goodness, partner chain goodness into the EVM world. Guys, let me know what's exciting you the most. Are you buying ADA? Are you not? Are you just watching any other altcoins? What's exciting you guys? Smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.